The front yard it's all new Bermuda. They laid new sod. They tore up all of the shrubs and plants that were in this area here around the 3 pine trees and planted new, simple, yet efficient plants, easy maintenance. There were a couple of trees outside of the bay window that would block the frontal view of the house. They tore that down. We used the 3 pots instead. They planted plants in the 2 pots to the left and right of the front door. There used to be tall, fern-looking plants that would hide the stone border of my house. And they made a great point. Why would you have these ugly shrubs here covering up probably the best part of your home, which is the stone base? Right. So they revealed that, planted all new plants. We cut down a tree that used to be here. It had grown too tall. It was creating too much shade, killing grass. We planted a Japanese maple. This entire bed is new. And I'll tell you something creative that Sam and Mike Busboom did for me. 2 things. Number one, this used to be all that was here for the turnaround, this concrete. They added the stone border, which now allows 2 cars to park here, not just 1. Huge change. The second thing they did, this used to be a row. Again, they did this entire bed. This used to be an entire row of plants like these 2 here. But what I noticed was every time people would turn in and back out, like food delivery guys, they would run over these shrubs. So I called Mike and Sam about that, and we replanted the shrubs the first time. The second time they got run over, it was their idea, you know what, why don't you put boulders out there? So here we are. I think it looks great. Yeah. I never would have thought of that. The front of the front yard, this is all new. They did this. I wish I knew the names of all the plants and shrubs, but I don't. They planted all of this. They pared back a lot of the ivy. Pine straw bed. I had a tree cut down. They brought in guys to trim these trees. Again, they needed a haircut, sort of like the backyard. And they planted the shrubs and plants off to the left of the driveway here. You're going to want to exclude those final 4 because we just fixed the irrigation system where the water's at. They've not been getting water this summer, I just found out. They trimmed all of that going up the right side of the driveway. They trimmed the trees overhanging up there. And to me, if you could have seen the house before they began, again, the stone border was not there. It was covered by shrubs. You had dying plants and brown grass, basically. That's all been removed. So you see green plants, green grass. The plants are simple enough yet efficient because they bloom occasionally. They're seasonal. I'm not out here replanting and having to fertilize 10 times a year. It's very low maintenance. So the house looks 10 times better. People come to the house and ask, what have you done? Have you added a new level? Have you painted the house? Have you put in new gutters? I say, no, we just had landscaping done. And that's, not only do they notice the yard, but it just carries over to make the house look that much better.
Okay.
That's about it.